Okay, so here's something real big happens. And I was really just last week or the week before, we did a story, or we didn't do it. We're not journalists. We had a talk about how Ubisoft was pushing their Star Wars game to trying to push it to release by 2024. And immediately, because the video game industry has done this so many times, it's like the one character in the Peanuts comic strip with the football.
And the football. Yeah.
They've done this so many times that the first thing that comes to mind is, oh, Ubisoft is pushing a game to development that isn't ready yet. Right?
Yeah, sure.
Because we didn't know how far, we hadn't heard much at all about this.
We didn't even know the title. Really.
Right. So I was like, I mean, they're probably an idiot video game. Like, they're going to do the same thing Ubisoft has always done and fuck something up. Right. So to make me an ass, the next week they're like, here's a gameplay trailer, or not gameplay. Here's a cinematic trailer.
So on Sunday, during the Xbox show, they had they showed a lot of games, by the way. Like, most of them I was like, like, I don't need to play anime the game. Like, that's probably for someone else. That's fair.
But like, a couple of them I was like, all right,
this looks decent.
But yeah, they had this cinematic trailer, and it's pretty.
It looks Star Wars.
Yeah. And so I was thinking, okay, so since the gaming industry does this all the time with the football, where we see a really pretty cinematic trailer and we get real excited and the game comes out, and that's when they yank the football
Remember
away.
Star Wars Eclipse?
Yeah, which we haven't even seen yet.
Yeah.
There are better examples of games like I think Alien Isolation, where the cinematic trailer was gorgeous. It was like, it looked so good. But when the game came, it was pure dog shit and people got their money back for it. And they lied. They just they lied about it. So I was like,
then Monday.
Yeah, well, because I was like, all right. So I've seen Star Wars Eclipse. We might never see that game.
Yeah.
So like, call me when you have a gameplay trailer. And they're like, oh, we're putting a gameplay trailer out tomorrow. And I was like,
you're what?
Okay. Now you have my attention, because while you can cheat a gameplay trailer a little bit, there's less that you can hide in it, right?
Yeah.
So watch the gameplay trailer the next day.
It was the very last thing in Ubisoft show.
Right. I was like,
you had to sit through 80 minutes of other shit.
I was like, why are you making me watch what was like the one game where
Avatar the game? You remember that?
Yeah, I didn't realize they're making Avatar.
Yeah.
The one thing, because I know there are a lot of Assassin's Creed fans out there, and I totally get it. Like, I've never was into it. So when I saw the new one, I was like, whatever. So they made me sit through the whole fucking thing. And then I saw it and I was like, I'll be goddamned. Yeah. That actually looks fucking good. Like, I'm sure they'll iron out some problems with it. But for the most part, I was like, that's a game I would buy and I would play the shit out of that. And
you have a button for your little dog cat thing and tell them to go push buttons.
Yeah, you can drop shit, which is kind of an evolution of like the BD1 thing, where like in Jedi Fallen Order and Jedi Survivor, BD1 can like toss a healing stem and you can like hack doors. Yeah. But wouldn't it be kind of nice to sick BD1 on someone? Yeah. Like, it'd be kind of cool, right? Yeah. And I guess you kind of do on Vader at the end of the first one, but so the trailer came, lots of flashes. So it's firmly established in the spot, that era that they just cannot get away from between Empire and Jedi, right? And it follows a female protagonist, Crimea fucking River. It's really funny, by the way, that they like Jedi Survivor comes out, white dude protagonist. Everyone's like, fuck yeah. Like, I want this story. Female protagonist, all the suspect people are like, I wish I could make my own character. And it's like, just shut up. Just play the fucking game.
Either admit that you're a bigot or just shut the fuck up.
Or, you know what, and I wouldn't even say, I wouldn't say that, like, maybe because you can relate more, because like if you're male, you can relate more to a male character.
Okay, sure.
And it's there's a little bit more immersion there, right?
Are any of them actually saying?
Well, hold on. Just yes, and I'm trying to give benefit of the doubt here, and to make a point. Like, I totally get it. You want to play a male character because you're male and you like to see yourself in games and media.
Okay, yeah.
So stop bitching when they put a gay or a black person in media or video games for people like me. Not that I'm black, but I'm very gay.
Yeah.
Where we like to see ourselves represented in media, right? So if your excuse is, I just want to be a dude, honestly, that's okay. Like that's whatever the fuck. But stop bitching about having diversity, because like that's for everyone else who isn't you. And if you're pissed because everyone's getting something in addition to you getting something, and you're pissed about that, fuck off. Just fuck right off. So the imagery all over this game is like Rebellion era Star Wars.
Yes.
There's fucking A-wings flying everywhere. There's a shot of Han Solo and Carbonite.
Sure, yeah.
Because they're like, this is after Empire. That should happen in Empire, remember? You follow a female protagonist who is kind of a scoundrel.
She reminds me of like halfway between Han Solo and Indiana Jones, maybe.
Yeah, and what's really so that you mentioned the Indiana Jones thing. I saw a couple of people wouldn't it be kind of cool if this was a Dr. Aphra story? And it's like, I mean, sure, yeah, sure. Like it would make it's a neat concept, but like if you're following the comics, Dr. Aphra is kind of busy right now. Like somehow being kind of friends with Vader, it's very weird. Like
that is weird.
Yeah, he's
Vader doesn't seem like the type who has friends.
Well, you know how he does. Like friends with Vader is like, I won't immediately kill you.
I haven't killed you yet.
Yeah, right. So like Dr. Aphra's got other shit going on, so it wouldn't really make sense with like the canon and everything. You know, the thing that really surprised me, I'm pretty sure Kyle Katarn was in that trailer.
Really?
Yes. And have you not seen this picture?
You mean the dude in the cockpit?
Yeah.
I mean, there's a passing resemblance, but
that's not a passing resemblance. That looks like him. Fucking salt and pepper hair, the fucking shoulder pauldron, the shirt.
I'm not saying it's impossible, but I'm not saying I'm convinced either.
I'm not convinced. I mean, we don't know anything about it. Mm-hmm. However, I see that picture and I'm like, if they're going there, let's fucking go. And so people were talking about how like, well, how would you fit him into canon? Because in Legends, Kyle Katarn's father was a Jedi, mm-hmm. which doesn't make a lot of sense actually when you think about it, since Anakin having a kid was supposed to be a big deal, and he's obviously not Ki-Adi-Mundi's son, so I mean,
maybe he was born after Order 66. Yeah. Who knows?
And then he ends up getting the Force on accident, really.
Yeah.
Right. And getting his father's lightsaber, and he's like, well, I guess I'll be a Jedi now.
After being a mercenary for the rebellion and, among other things, stealing the Death Star plans.
Yeah, originally that's how the Death Star plans were. If you ever played Dark Forces?
Yep, Dark Forces.
The game. Which
the very first level is you stealing the Death Star plans.
It's just a Star Wars skin of doom.
Yep.
Which isn't bad, but like fucking cool. And then ends up being kind of a formidable Jedi Master who teaches at Luke's Jedi Academy after Return of the Jedi. So I think it would be really interesting. You could fit Kyle Katarn in the new canon.
Sure, yeah.
And you could even do the Valley of the Jedi thing. They could introduce the Valley of the Jedi thing in the super prequel that they're doing.
So I know they've canonized Darth Bane. Have they canonized Ruusan or the Battle of Ruusan?
I don't think so. And have they canonized Darth Bane?
I think he was mentioned as one of the Sith Lords in Episode 9.
Well, I know...
Because like that was where they canonized Revan.
Right. Yeah, I know Revan. They named the Sith Eternal named their Star Destroyers, I think, or their like units after Sith Lords. I'll look it up. I can't remember if Bane was one
Bane
of them.
was mentioned in that.
I mean, they'd be stupid not to make Bane a part of it because like that's kind of everyone's favorite Sith. Yeah. He's kind of a badass. But they could totally plug him in and have it work, mm-hmm. And then have him be like. There'd be a little bit of retconning involved. Have him either survive Kylo's attack on the Jedi Academy or just having been killed in it.
And honestly, I'd be fine with either.
Yeah. So I think that'd be really cool. So apparently you've got one of the ninja battle droids as a companion, which I like this idea of like these repurposed Clone Wars era droids that are just like coming back because they're like, we're real people.
Because there were millions of them made. Sure, right. Like not all of them went to the scrapyards on wherever.
And as we know in Star Wars, like droids are sentient beings. Mm-hmm. I don't know how they get away with it.
Which is kind of really fucked up when you think about it.
It is because they don't they really mistreat them. But like, it's kind of cool to see one. He's like, I got a fucking duster on. Yeah. Fuck you. Like,
what are you gonna do? Fight?
Yeah. There's a shot of a Rancor, which if you're gonna do Star Wars, you might as well do a Rancor. Sure. And in the gameplay trailer, just a couple of things before we move on. You do a little thing against the Pikes. You steal something from the Pikes.
You do a little sneak stealthing. You do a little shooting. You jump on your bike. You talk to your contact who's meeting an Imperial officer, and then you have to jump on your ship and escape the Empire.
Ship combat is where they really got my attention with this game, because you take off, and in the gameplay trailer, you're in control of the ship all the way through the atmosphere. And I was like,
that's pretty neat.
That is pretty neat. And I'm pretty sure that they have, I might be getting this mixed up with Starfield, because Starfield had an entire 40-minute event. Is Starfield the one with the power shunting with your ship?
I think so.
Okay. So that wasn't this. Okay. So, no. Because this one looks like they literally took the mechanics from Starfighter Assault from Battlefront 2 and just put it in the game, which they're good ship mechanics. So it's like, what the fuck not? Throughout the cinematic trailer, the one planet I recognized was Kijimi, which is in Rise of Skywalker. It's where they go and meet up with Zori Bliss.
Yes.
And Babu Frick.
There was also a shot of what I'm pretty sure is Tatooine.
Or could be any number.
It was definitely a desert with some like mud structures. Yeah, I think it was Tatooine.
Yeah. So someone pointed out that there seems to be a reputation system, a la GTA or like Red Dead Redemption.
Yeah, like when you finish the first mission in the trailer, you lose reputation with the Pikes because you weren't stealthy enough and they knew you were there.
Right. So like that, it's I'm like, all right, fucking give me this game.
Seems pretty neat.
Let me check on this.